Vamos lá pra dentro. Eu só queria dar um panorama pra vocês aqui de fora, porque a história já começa especial aqui.
Animal.
Que isso,
Vambora.
mano. Foda.
É muita história.
Bem-vindos, vamos, bora.
Obrigado, cara.
Olha essa Eu queria apresentar uma pessoa muito especial da Oakley. Como vocês sabem, a Oakley é uma marca que tem alma, é uma marca de alma. E se tem uma pessoa aqui nesse escritório que é a alma da marca, que é o nosso Jedi, é o cara que entende tudo da Oakley e que faz com que a Oakley continue a mesma marca para sempre, desde sempre, esse cara chama Brian Takumi. Eu queria introduzir a vocês aí, apresentar o Brian Takumi, nosso Jedi.
What's up? Good to see you.
Welcome.
Good to see you, Kyle. Welcome.
Hi, Jedi.
Welcome to Oakley.
Can you tell them, Brian, what the hell are they seeing here? What is this? And what is Oakley? What we stand for?
Oakley is Interplanetary Headquarters right here in Foothill Ranch. This facility was built in 1997. Just this past year, we've spent a lot of time to set the stage for the future of Oakley. So, this place is very much a fortress. As you guys walked up, you saw very much a bunker for keeping people out. But as we set the tone for the future of the brand, just like you guys being here now, we wanted to welcome people in. So this just went through a huge renovation the past year and a half, and it just opened last May. And the start of that was having somewhere where people could come in, and just like you guys want to shoot podcasts here and do that, let people have events here and see inside the bunker and what has built Oakley into a brand that has lasted. 2025 will be the 50-year anniversary of Oakley, and a lot of brands don't make it that long.
What have you been sitting on? What is this?
So these are actually ejection seats from B-52 bombers. Oakley being different and
Gonna
wanting
eject
to do something different. Every lobby needs a good waiting room chairs, and so for us, we said, what's the most interesting, disruptive waiting room chairs we could come up with? And certainly finding ejection seats out of a B-52 bomber is certainly something different than you see anywhere else. So just like the building, I think every part of everything that goes into it, the furniture, the rooms, the things you guys will see later on, is just that disruptive spirit of the brand of reimagine everything and think of, these could have been basic office chairs or something like that, but we wanted to come up with something that was very unique and something that made you go,
You're here since from the beginning?
I have been here only half that time, so crazy to think of now, because I think I got here in 1997, and at that time I was like the new kid here, and now think about the brand's going to be 50 years old in 2025. So I've only been here roughly about half the time of the brand, so you can actually see, got my Oakley 25-year ring right there when you finally make it to 25 years.
Nada aqui é cenográfico, né? Tipo,
Nada cenográfico.
Tudo
Igão.
parafuso.
É tudo real e tudo de ferro e de madeira. Antes da gente continuar, can you tell us what do we see here? Like, what is this lobby and what are those little pillars?
Yeah, so basically as this place was, we thought about, as I mentioned, revamping it and welcoming people in. This basically used to be an open space here, and it was very dark, sometimes felt like a mausoleum, very cold, beautiful architecture and things like that. But as I said, we wanted to welcome people in and tell our story. So we have a museum that runs inside the building here. But one of the things is you have to go find the museum. And Oakley very much has been if you know, you know. And I think through the years, people never knew there was a museum back there. And even for Kyle, when I finally took him through it, people would always say like, man, there's so much history here in the brand and you guys don't tell any of it. And so you guys being here, getting to see under the hood and under the curtain and come into our house, one of the things we want to do in the lobby, there's all these iconic things like Over the Top, Eye Jackets, Kato now, X-Metal, Romeo, Juliet. We wanted to bring some of that storytelling out here into the lobby for people. Just when they walk in, they can go, wow.
The Brazilians cry when you say Juliet, Romeo.
And so, yeah, we have
give it for me. No?
Yeah. We've got a pillar, we've got a display over there just of X-Metal and shares like Mars, Penny, Juliet and Romeo, and shares some of the image of how it got made and all the parts that got into it. So it's really a storytelling place for us to start to bring the brand to life. Some of those iconic products and not keep them hidden up and covered up, like let you guys see it.
Cool.
Pergunta pra ele aqui, qual a coisa mais icônica pra ele aqui dentro desse...
The most iconic part for you here inside of the store.
What is the most iconic
Most
for
iconic.
you?
The product or
Yeah,
just,
product.
That's so hard to choose because, you know, for me, I've grown up with the brand for so long. Like I grew up as a BMX freestyle kid in the 90s, so Blades holds a special place in my heart because that's what I used to wear when I rode and things like that. But X Metal certainly holds its place because that was when I came into the brand. Starting here in 97, that's when X Metal came out. Such a big time for the brand too, because it's like you had Michael Jordan winning 6 rings. Michael Jordan was the face of the brand, and having something that became so iconic that 25 years later, you know, seeing how much people gravitate towards it. And there's one thing we like to say of design for the future, deliver to the present.
Was the same time at the X-Men, the Cyclope used
Yeah.
the
Penny.
Yeah, well,
O
if you-
Cyclope using pen,
Cyclope.
yeah.
So if you actually see, and I don't know if we'll go into the museum, but there's a mock-up of there's the prototype of the penny that eventually he wore. But if you actually go, you could look this up online, but if you actually watch the first X-Men where he has the full visor, look at it, stop on the screen, there's actually a O on his visor. That's because the prop was actually designed and built by us for the movie. So after that, when they went to the next one, they said, oh, well, we don't want a visor. What could we do with it? So that's when we made Penny for the second movie that he actually wore the X-Metal Penny in. But yes,
Super cool.
we did have it in X-Men. The original X-Men, Oakley showed up there. And through the history of the brand, we've shown up in a lot of those like classic action movies where
A lot of Fight Club.
Fight
the
Club,
Brad Pitt used the.
the original
Mars,
Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise where he throws the glasses is Romeo. So all these things like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, X-Men with the visor, X-Metal, Penny eventually.
Dr.
Mission
Octopus.
Impossible.
Do Spider-Man.
I mean, Over the Tops has shown up in so many different things, along with, you know, Sub-Zeros with Dennis Rodman. Over the Top's been used as a prop in so many different things, and just, you know, I think that's when we go, just like having ejection seats as chairs in the lobby. It's like that, reimagine everything.
And amazing is some people, of course, use because are athlete, but we see a lot of people using because of the passion. You know? I just saw Travis Scott using the concert. You know, Oakley didn't pay for him to use the sunglasses and the clothes and everything, but he used because of the passion. A lot of people use because of the passion.
Yeah, and I think when you look at the brand, a lot of that product gets used because it's like, we look at it and go, okay, here's what everyone else is doing. If we made that product too, no one would recognize us for it and they wouldn't use it because it looked like everyone else's product. So what we like to do is like, we look at what's going on out there and it's not to make what everyone else is doing, it's to make what we want it to be and have that vision. It's more about vision of like, what do we want the brand to look like and how do we come to life versus being worried about, well, what are others doing and how do we follow that or chase that? It's like, the reason this product comes back and stands the test of time is because we've done things that are so different. So.
Of course.
E a gente sempre fala aqui também que a gente desenha para o futuro e entrega para o presente. Então, o que ele está falando de visão é a nossa cabeça sempre lá na frente, sonhando com um mundo que não existe, com um mundo que a gente quer criar. A gente acredita muito aqui em criar um mundo... na verdade, a gente não consegue prever o futuro, a gente consegue criar o nosso futuro. Então, é isso que a gente faz.